I'm trying to wait and see if some people are going to come in. Then I'm going to get started. I will be discussing tonight the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 3. And this one is called Apple Squabbles. Because, you know, they all went to New York. It was a big hustle, bustle going on. They all was acting crazy in New York, being judgmental. Raph and Drew, they go at it. So we're going to get started into this Apple Squabble of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because this season 14 is starting off really good. Even though we don't care for Drew, Drew is bringing it this season. So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 3. It started off where, you know, Sheree, she goes to where Marlo is having her mansion built, and she's having a huge mansion built. And it's not in the city, it's on the outskirts of the city. And Sheree asked her, why are you moving so far out? Why would you leave Buckhead? Because, you know, Sheree was like, Marlo, you are a Buckhead Betty. Why go to the outskirts? But anyway, she standing there with her builder. She's looking at her revisions. And in the home, the boys has 2 bedrooms. And then Marlo has a floor of her own where she's having her home built, her own home, with her own whole floor just for Marlo. And Marlo also has, her closet is bigger than her actual bedroom. Who builds a house and make their closet bigger than their bedroom? Marlo Hampton. That's who does it. So Kenya, hey, thank you for coming on. So Kenya and Sheree, they show up. And like I said, they discussing Marlo's brand new home, because Marlo is all fashion, all flashy. Y'all know how Marlo is. She all about showing the glam. But she decided to leave Buckhead and go to the outskirts to have her big mansion built. Yes, Marlo is having a big mansion built. And so when the guy leaves, after he shows Marlo her revisions of her mansion that she's having built, she tells Kenya, y'all want his number, you know, because he's single. If any of y'all want to date him. And Kenya was like, no, I don't want to date him. No, if anything, you need a man. So we pan on over to Candy and Todd, and they're going walking, and they're talking and everything, and Todd makes fun of Candy's laugh, because, you know, Candy has this hysterical southern type of laugh. Hey, how you doing, Heaven? Thank you for coming on. Candy has this southern type of laugh, and he is laughing at Candy, making fun of her laugh. Candy's a southern girl, so she's going to have a southern laugh. So they're walking and everything. He asked Candy about the ticket sales for the play by the black man. And Candy said it would be a good idea for each of the husbands of the wives and the housewives to come to the play, because it'll be a good look, and it's something that black men should watch. So you guys, they talking about that, and then they mentioned they will be remodeling Todd's condo that is in New Jersey, and that would be a home they could stay at when they visit New York. But I'm gonna be honest, Candy is not feeling that. She don't care nothing about going to stay at that condo, because remember, you guys, that condo was a condo that Todd's ex-girlfriend was living in with him. Candy ain't feeling that. She's like, I'd rather stay in a hotel room in New York than to stay in a home that your girlfriend was living in. So Candy's not feeling it, you guys. So he complained about how Candy always want everything her way. Well, Todd, Candy is the bag. Candy is the money. So therefore, most things are going to go her way because she's spending the money. And we're quite sure that the remodeling of your condo is going to be paid for by Candy Burris. So you have no choice but to let her have her way. Who has the bag? Candy. So it will go her way. So then they show Drew, the one that gets on our nerves, Drew Sidora. And Drew is talking in her confessional, and she's talking with the producer. And he was like, so what's going to happen with your assistant? And Drew says, we're not an assistant in our home, and our business is just like corporate. So he would be on probation. Drew, the dude said your husband is gay. What do you mean you're going to put him on probation? You need to fire him. Honey, when you're on the Housewives, this is not corporate. You need to fire this dude. Your assistant is going around telling people your husband is gay. Come on. But anyway, so that counselor is coming, the therapist, and they're going to have a section with their therapist. And The therapist is sitting down talking with Drew and Ralph. And Ralph discussed what happened when he had this special dinner that was so beautiful for Drew. And you guys, Drew does not know how to let things go. So the therapist also stated to Drew Sidora from the game, Drew, you got to live in the moment and enjoy what your husband is doing for you. Drew does not know how to do that. Yes, Ralph is a narcissist. I'm discussing Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 3, you guys. Ralph is a narcissist. But Drew, you got to know how to, make sure the volume is up. Drew, you got to know how to live in the moment. And if he had a special moment for you, he got a stylist to come to the home to make you beautiful. He had a stylist to come do your hair, put you in a Cinderella dress. What you said, you thought you looked like Beyonce, but you never looked like Beyonce, okay? And it would never happen. Anyway, pretend. It's good to pretend and fantasize. Sorry, you guys. So, the therapist told Drew, you need to live in the moment. Your husband put something together nice for you. Live in the moment. Don't destroy it. But Drew wants to go on and on and on and argue and just drive her husband crazy. He's a narcissist. We know it, Drew, but just live in the moment. So the counselor told them things they could work on together to make their marriage better, because you have to work together as a team to make a marriage work. So you guys, we pan on over. They're showing each household, each housewife is packing for New York because they're going to see Candy's play, because you know, Candy has a play. I think it's something of the black man. I forgot, you guys. I can't remember everything. You got to remember, I'm getting older. Anyway, it's a play for black men, and I heard it was a great play. It sold tickets. It has done very well. So they all getting ready for that, because you know they got to go to the airport. They got to get to New York. They got to get to their hotel rooms, get ready, go to dinner, and all that type of goody stuff that the housewives do at high-end restaurants. So Candy had delivered, before all the women went to the airport to go to New York, Candy gifted all the women gifts. She gave them each vibrating panties. She had it hand delivered to their homes by a woman dressed in nude and a man dressed in nude. Y'all, it's a little warm, so my hair is sweating. And a man dressed in nude delivering the panties, the vibrating panties. And y'all, Marlo doesn't know how to have fun. All she know to do is criticize. I would have been happy with the panties, save them for when I got somebody juicy I want to get with so I can get juicy. But Marlo like, I don't even wear this kind of stuff. I got rhinestone panties. Panties better than this. Honey, take the gift. You didn't pay for it. It's a gift from Candy, and Candy giving you a gift. Enjoy it. So then, they're in New York, and they all on the shuttle. And Kenya's complaining because all the ladies have their man with them, their husbands. Candy has Todd, Drew has Ralph, and Sonya has her husband. Oh, he's so fine, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. She has her husband, but Sheree gets on, and she notices as well that everyone have their man. Her man, Tyrone, is just now on, he's on, what do you call it, house arrest or house probation or something like that. And she's supposedly to be able to see him while she in New York. That doesn't work out. We'll get to that. But yeah, Sheree gets on, and she said if Drew starts something with her while she's on this shuttle, she got her receipt. She's ready for Drew, you guys. Because if you remember last episode, Drew and Sheree were just bumping heads. They was at each other. But like Candy tried to tell Drew, Sheree got a nice right hook. You don't want to mess with Sheree. Drew, sit down, be humble, and hopefully you can come back next season. Because from what you claiming, Sheree may not be able to come back next season. Drew, the word on the street is you barely made it back this season, okay? You barely made it back. So sit down, be humble, because Sheree is an OG. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to play the game of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's an OG for a reason, and they brought her back to stir the pot. And she is not somebody you want to mess with. No, ma'am. So, let's get back to it. While they're on the shuttle, Sonya brings up the vibrating panties. At this point, they're sitting down eating outside because they got to their location where they're going to eat once they get off the shuttle. So the ladies are sitting outside eating, and Candy loves to talk about sex because, you know, she got a sex toy business, and that's where the vibrating panties come in. So Sonya brings up the vibrating panties that Candy had hand delivered to their home by a man and a woman that's practically naked, you guys. Yeah, you know, Candy is that kind of freaky deaky girl, but she married, so she can do what she got to do. And hey, Todd doesn't have a problem with it, so hey, so what? But as you know, Candy, she loves sex. That's her thing. She has a sex toy line, and she gave the ladies vibrating panties. Give me some. Candy, send them to me. You can send them to my address. I live in Buckhead, and if you know your people watch Lake Candy, know I want a pair of them vibrating panties. I don't have a problem with it, girl. Safe sex. But anyway, Candy wants to know some of the best sex stories that the ladies may have had. Sonya brought up with her and her husband was in Dubai, and they were having sex in Dubai, but she didn't really get into detail to tell the dirt of it, everything, in the midst of everything, and the gist of everything. But anyway, Candy gives this crazy story, you guys, about a coyote. It was so crazy and out of it, you guys. And Candy even said, I think Kenya made this up. Kenya said that she was on a date with somebody and they were hunting, and the guy actually killed the coyote, and they took the coyote back with them, and that the guy had the coyote in the room with them where they were, and they was making love, and the coyote was not dead. The coyote was awake. And it started them while they was doing the nasty. You know, she should have had Candy's vibrating panties. She would have been just fine. But anyway, Drew and her husband Ralph, they stated they was out on the beach, on the ocean, and a whale happened to come out in the sand while they were making love out on the beach. It was kind of boring. Drew is boring. What do we expect? Her and Ralph, they spend so much time arguing, we don't get to enjoy them anyway. Who gonna believe that sex life is hitting on anything? None of us. We don't believe them anyway. So let's move on. Moving along. So Sonya, she says she believes Drew is as messy as her assistant. She's in a hotel room talking with her husband, and she doesn't know if she would want to continue being around Drew because she don't want to get mixed up in Drew's mess because Drew is starting so much stuff with Sheree, and Drew is messy. Sonya is not lying. Drew is messy. So what do we expect? I myself would not want to affiliate with Drew. She's messy. Yes. So Drew and Ralph, they're in their hotel room. They're discussing Sheree. And she's letting him know, well, Sheree is being nice. So maybe she's going to be kind on this trip in New York. And Ralph was like, I don't like what she says, but you got to watch her. But I'm going to be honest. Sheree is cool as long as you cool. But what she did to Candy at Kenya's daughter's Brooklyn's party was so effed up. They keep saying that maybe it was Marlo. I honestly believe it was Sheree because what she said after Candy read that thing from the, you know, they was picking names or picking tickets, and she read what somebody said, lying saying that Candy gave head in the locker room. None of us believe that. Candy didn't go to college because she was already paid and a millionaire while we was off in college. It didn't make sense. But anyway, Drew, you and Ralph, y'all best bet is to leave Sheree alone because Sheree got muscles bigger than Ralph. You see my guns? Sheree guns is bigger than mine. And mine is natural because I don't lift weights. I try to work out here and there, but I'm not a workout girl. I go walking where I live in Buckhead. And it ain't even safe to walk in Buckhead anymore. But anyway, let me get back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So they go see Todd's condo, which is outside the city in New Jersey. And the whole condo needs a whole new renovation. It is so outdated. It needs so much work. And we all know who's going to be paying for the renovations. Who? Candy Burrs. She's the one with the bread, one with the money, with the big banking hot millions on top of millions and millions on top of millions. Candy will be paying for the renovations. But anyway, Kenya was discussing what all needs to be done in the condo. It's a nice big condo, you guys. It just needs a lot of work. And we all know Candy will be paying for it. I'm not bashing Todd, but we know who has the bread in the marriage. Candy Burrs. She's the breadwinner. She got the money. So Kenya was telling them what all they need to be done, which we saw it too. Like Kenya said, the kitchen needs to be all the way renovated, all dug out and done over. The bathroom, which it has a bodega in it, but it's old too. It all needs to be renovated and dug out, all of it. Kenya also mentioned to get rid of that spiral stairwell and to get an elevator. It only costs $25,000. Kenya said $25,000. That's what it costs. So Candy got the money. She would be the one paying for it in the renovations. It's $25,000. Candy may spend it on a handbag. She has a lot of Birkins and everything else. So she will be paying for that. So they hold on, you guys. One moment. So they all go to dinner and they sit at the table, and Candy said she had already pre-ordered a couple things for them to have, and everybody would pretty much have the same things once they got there at the table. So Sonia asked Candy why she doesn't wear her wedding ring. And Candy said she never really wears her wedding ring. She never really ever have, but Todd does wear his. I have seen him wear his wedding ring even at the house game, because people always want to lie on Todd and say that he's cheating on Candy. But I have never seen Todd cheat on Candy, and I have seen him out and about in a lot of places. He does not cheat on Candy, you guys. I have never seen him even talking to females when I would see him in the Hardwood Club. Anywhere that I've seen Todd, I've never seen Todd cheat on Candy. So let's let that rumor go, because that's messing with people's marriages, and that's not cool. Candy ain't cheating on Todd, and if they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it together. Let it be. So Candy says she never really wore the ring, her wedding ring. So Sonia asks Drew, why don't you have on your wedding ring? And Drew states that she's not wearing it because when she had her children, she gained weight, and she no longer wears her wedding ring. And she also stated because her and Ralph were having so many problems, that's why she doesn't wear it as well. So, but Ralph has his wedding ring on. The narcissist that you expect not to, that was have his assistant text him saying she want to give him massages, he wears his wedding ring, but Drew doesn't. Drew, it's time to put your wedding ring back on. Are you telling us something? Are we thinking it's Ralph out there stepping out? Could it be you, Drew? Just acting. So, then Ralph and Drew, they talk about and tell everybody at the table that their therapist said they need to work on their marriage, blase, blase. Those two get on my nerves. They bore me. I don't care to keep discussing Ralph and Drew because their relationship is a train wreck. And if it's really as bad as Drew says, they need to get a divorce. And I believe in working on the marriage. They've been working on the marriage and working on the marriage. They come to Atlanta Housewives, working on the marriage, and it's still a mess. And her husband's still doing whatever he wants. Don't take her feelings in consideration. And that is something that they talk about as well at the table, because Kenya stated that Ralph reminds her of Mark. Kenya's husband, Mark, was so evil, and Ralph's personality is pretty much like Mark Daly's personality. And Kenya was like, no, stop. Because what you're doing to Drew, I know it firsthand. Stop. So Ralph acted like he was bothered by Kenya saying that. He didn't like it at all that Kenya was saying something to him about how he treats Drew. He laughed about it, but that was a narcissistic laugh, you guys, because narcissists do not like when somebody tells them they're doing something wrong. So Kenya, you is on Ralph's SHIT list. So look forward to it. But Kenya will handle you more. She will handle you, Ralph. Because Drew is not handling you. Kenya will. Y'all, let me turn this light on here. Hold on. But Drew, I honestly think Drew is afraid of Ralph. She won't speak up and really fight for herself. She more so will cry and allow him to abuse her. He verbally abuses her. He mentally and emotionally, I would say emotionally abuses Drew. And that could be worse. So, give me a moment. So Sheree brings up Anthony to Drew. Because as I stated, they was talking to her about how her and Ralph problems is. And you know, Anthony told Sheree that Drew's husband is gay. Which I don't believe it, you guys. He could be gay. Because you in Atlanta. Hey, I ran across someone was gay and I didn't know they was gay. And they ain't going to tell you that. Somebody else had to tell you. But anyway, Sheree brings up that Anthony said that Ralph is gay. Yeah, we have heard this a couple times. It has been said, I think, as well as last season. It is all over the blogs that Ralph is gay. I don't know if it's true. I pray it's not true because I don't want her to suffer in that marriage with a man that doesn't really want a woman. That's horrible. That's a bad thing to be in a marriage and your man really want a man. That's horrible. So I'm praying that it's not true. Ralph, he never denied it at the table while they was eating dinner, you guys. My hair is stuck on this rhinestone neck thing that's on this shirt, you guys, and it's breaking my hair off too. But Ralph never denied it. So that tells me a lot. If you don't deny that Drew's assistant is telling Sheree that you're gay, is it any truth to it, Ralph? Because Drew, your husband, he did not deny it. He just rolled his eyes. Hi, how you doing? Learning to love myself? Yes, we learn to love ourselves. I like that. So it ends there with Ralph being nonchalant about Drew's assistant saying that he is gay. And I believe, Sheree, that he said that. The assistant is very childish. He's very messy. And Drew, I don't think if he is gay, I don't think that Ralph would tell Drew because he loved to send her around for a couple of spins in the dryer. He makes her cuckoo. So Drew is already a dingbat and Ralph knows it. So he plays on that his wife is very naive. So he plays on her intelligence. He plays with her mind. He is a narcissistic man. So what do we expect from a narc? He mistreats Drew by destroying her emotionally. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's what a narcissist does. They destroy you emotionally. So you guys, I'm looking forward to episode 4 because actually episode 4 is going to set it off. It's going to be good. They already showed previews of episode 4. So you guys, it's going to be good. Maybe she accepted because there's a lot of women like that, you guys. I know women here in Atlanta. They accept it. Long as a man is good to them, I can't accept it. Once I get a whiff of knowing, I can't accept it. I can't get with you. We can't get nasty together in the bedroom. It ain't happening. We can't do because it would mess with me mentally that he been with a man and I can't do what the man do to him because I don't have an eggplant. I don't have an eggplant. Girl, I don't have an eggplant, so how am I gonna please you? And from what men tell me that are gay, they said a man know exactly what a man want in bed. So, I can't please you. It ain't gonna work. I'm telling you guys, as soon as I realize they like that, I'm gone. Because in Atlanta, the men and the husband have a boyfriend. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. The men and the husband have a boyfriend. So it does not surprise me if that is what Ralph is doing. I pray that he's not doing it because he's a married man. And if you want to be with a man, go be with a man. Let her have a good life with a man that's going to love her and treat her well. If you want a man, go be with a man. Anybody that's on here listeners, if you are a man, and we're not judging you because, hey, do what you got to do, but don't abuse women while doing it. Because it destroys a woman's mind, her confidence, her ability to think she's beautiful. Her confidence goes, because you played her. And you played her with a man at that. If you want to be with a man, go be with a man. Don't do women like that. Ralph, if you are gay, set Drew free. Please set her free. You guys, I look forward to episode 4 because in episode 4, they're going to be in New York and Sheree gets stood up by Tyrone, which we had already heard something about this previously because it was all over the blogs. But Sheree is going to get stood up at a restaurant sitting outside by Tyrone. And I think that production had to come up to Sheree and be like, we got to leave because the restaurant don't like what's going on. They think it's something weird is going on. And Drew and Sonny going to have a fallout. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to that, you guys. Now that I'm looking forward to. Oh, I dropped tea. But I do not think that Sonny's going to put up with Drew's mess. Drew, Sonny not putting up with your mess. Not at all. But you guys, I have a lipstick line, the Red Lipstick Hustler lipstick line. As you can see, I have on my Lipstick Hustler. I have over 20 shades. A lipstick is organic. And I have Queen Lily Hair Growth Oil. And if you're trying to grow your hair, this is all my hair. I'm kind of sweating right now, so I keep having to move it back because it's sweating on my forehead. Because I didn't turn my air conditioner on until I started doing my live. And I should have turned it on previously, but I was gone earlier. But I have Queen Lily Hair Growth Oil. If you're trying to grow your hair, this is all my hair growing for my scalp. Go to my website, IamLilyYoung.com, and purchase my Queen Lily Hair Growth Oil and my lipstick. Like I said, this particular shade of lipstick is Hustler. I have over 20 shades of lipstick. I have different collections from the Queen collection. It is a matte lipstick. It comes with a lip liner. That's the Queen collection. And it is organic as well. And then I have the lipstick duo, which is one side of the lipstick is lip gloss and the other side is lipstick. And I have my original colors that I started out with. The lipstick duo is 6 different shades of lipstick, and it has a lip gloss on the other end. And the Queen collection, it comes in 5 different shades, which I told you comes with a lip liner as well. It's a liquid matte lipstick. My original ones that I started out with, Hustler, Romance, and Brave, and Faith, they're all organic. You can get them on my website at IamLilyYoung.com. You're gonna love it. So much moisture. You don't have to reapply. You can even drink out your glass, and it stays on. Go to my website, IamLilyYoung.com, and purchase my lipstick and my Queen Lily Hair Growth Oil. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna start going live more. Thank you so much, Silent Noise. I appreciate you. I'm going to start going live more because it takes so much time to edit videos, you guys. Because if you don't go live, you sit there, you record yourself, then you go and edit the videos. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to start going live more. Thank you for coming on my live. Next week, season 14, episode 4 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. See you then. Bye.